It is difficult to know when people are trolling me or if they really don't understand after so many years. Ralph has recently started asking the same question. Maybe he really doesn't understand. He asks me how secular Koranism would stop immigration. And I thought it would have been perfectly obvious that a one-party theocracy would stop immigration, because the theocracy I propose would restore the patriarchy. And by this I mean that married parents would once again be the most high-status people in society. And married people, married men in particular, will be keener to discourage immigration, because they would have a stake in society. They need to support their families, and their wives living with them would want to vote in the interests of their husbands, and daughters in the interests of their fathers. I have previously explained also that men are more racist than women because their interests are more directly threatened. So while women can indulge in their desire for the exotic, they will, if asked, make compassionate noises about the children and the women, who are coming to the country, and, the poor refugees and the exotic men who have crossed continents and oceans to get to their country. But men will be more hard-hearted, and they would be able to grasp the connection between bombing the crap out of Muslim countries and Muslims coming over to the West as cheap labour and occasionally committing acts of terrorism. So if married men had their preferences prioritised in their patriarchy, and I do define the patriarchy as as a society prioritising the preferences of married parents, then married parents would have their preferences prioritised, and they would get their way, and in this way immigration would be stopped. I trust, therefore, that the penny has now dropped as far as Ralph, aka House of Comments, and his lot are concerned. He has previously asked this question, and I thought I had answered it, but I'm sure I've said all this before, but so this is the answer. By becoming a patriarchy, you would have the preferences of married parents preferred, and by this I mean men and women living together, bringing up their children. Obviously, women living on their own would have no regard for any men, and certainly would be voting to prioritise the interests of husbands and fathers that are not theirs. It is really that simple. But nothing is obvious until it is pointed out again and again and again, and I hope that the penny has finally dropped with Ralph.